Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey. All right.
Got it fixed?
Almost. Getting there. I believe we are live, Dirk. We are live right now.
Wow.
We are coming back after a little bit of a hairy situation, ladies and gentlemen, where occasionally, this happens once in a blue moon, and I think it's better, but we got some weird problem once again with our intermediary tonight, which is how we simulcast to the different platforms.
We must have a blue moon today.
Here we go. Second time's a charm. Second time's a X-harm. I think we're back.
Charles, maybe we have the blue moon.
We got a blue moon, and I closed all my articles that I had up. Dirk, hello everybody. We're back. Andrew's here, Brunilda's here. People are starting to come back. And you're looking at my desktop, folks. That's just my background because I didn't have a chance to get anything up. Hey, Mike from Atlantis here. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while I get back all of my conversation pieces here. I tell you what, I gotta figure that out. This is how many times this happened, Dirk? Way too many times, but the past couple of times we've had a little bit of an issue, and it causes a little bit of a headache because then I have to go and edit the recording. Oh, and look, and now I just forgot to record, so now we're back recording. I have to go back and edit all of that information, and it's such a headache to do that. I mean, that's the reason why we record live, so we don't have to. I don't have to do any editing. But sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're back, and we are going to try to get back all the articles and conversation pieces that I had up earlier that people had sent me over the last week or so in preparation for the show. Things that we could talk about. So just bear with me, folks, while I get this up and running. So I had to restart my computer, Dirk.
Oh, okay.
And now I think everything's okay. That's why we had to shut the whole stream down. And try to get things back to where they're operating much more functionally. It's so bizarre because you think it's my intermediary. So what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is we broadcast to a server in Chicago. The reason why I have it in Chicago is because it's centrally located in the United States. I broadcast from a centrally located location, so that there's no lag time. So if I'm broadcasting from Chicago, which is relatively centrally located, Dallas would be better, but Chicago is kind of the most centrally located place they have right now. And then if you're accessing it from California, from the northwest, from the southwest, to the southeast of Florida, the amount of time it takes to your computer to communicate with that server is relatively the same. So if I was broadcasting directly from New York, people would have lag on the northwest side of the United States. So you figure Chicago was a nice centrally located place. And sometimes when I broadcast to that server in Chicago, which we're doing now, and now it seems to be working, there is some lag. Now it's working. Now it seems to be working well. Okay. So we're up and running, Dirk.
Goody, goody.
So we're back, and I got back on my marine traffic site, and I pulled up all the articles that all the nice folks had sent me. Bruni sent me something. Andrew always sends me a few articles. So I pulled up all of that stuff. So I think we're ready to have a conversation. And I'm looking at the comments. We lost Mark Sr. Mark Sr., where are you? I hope you're doing good. Sorry about that. Andrew, yes, I do have to reboot before showtime generally, but today I just turned on my computer. My computer was off, and I just started it and got ready to roll, so everything was, I thought was okay. But we're getting there. We're almost back to where we need to be. So welcome back, everybody. Once again, this is Cruise Mojo. It is Sunday, August 9th, 8:20 p.m. We've just lost 20 minutes, Dirk. And we are back broadcasting, and one of the members that was listening before asked when we think cruising will be back, and we kind of just said that it was Norwegian put a moratorium on cruising through the end of October. So that's where it's at now. What's going to happen after that? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Hi, Amy. Who knows what's going to happen? But there are some cruise lines that are actually getting back and up and running, Dirk. Did you know this?
Yeah, but the problem is some of the European cruise lines have started, like Norway and Germany.
Yeah.
And they already had virus problems.
I saw. Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one in Norway, and this is kind of a unfortunate headline. Unfortunate headline because it says Norwegian cruise line executive suspended after virus outbreak.
The same thing on the German one, Mein Schiff, which is part of our favorites. So
I like that, Andrew. Andrew says we'll just call it a mustard drill.
That's good. But yeah, they had the same problem.
Yeah, so now we got this Norwegian cruise line. So this Hurtigruten, Norwegian cruise line Hurtigruten, I'm probably not saying that correctly, said Friday it had to ask the top executive to step aside after a coronavirus outbreak on one of its ships led to a suspended operations and a police investigation. The Arctic cruise operator has been in hot water after an outbreak of COVID-19 was recorded on the MS Roald Amundsen. On the initiative.
Roald Amundsen.
Do you know who that is?
Of course I know. You know, all the streets and we are the European
you said
Union.
it. You said it like
European
you knew.
Union,
You said it like you knew.
Union. Yeah, Amundsen, of course.
Amundsen. On the initiative of Hurtigruten, Bent Martini is temporarily stepping down from the position as chairman of the board and as managing director. CEO of Hurtigruten, Daniel Skedjeldam, I'm terrible at Norwegian names, said in a statement. Temporarily, he will also step down from Hurtigruten's management. So look at that. COVID-19 outbreak on this Norwegian, not Norwegian cruise line brand, but a Norwegian company. A Norwegian company.
And a company from Norway.
Hurtigruten. So that's that. So already got a COVID outbreak. Yeah.
It's
company from Norway.
Norway.
Company from Norway.
It's it.
And then MSC Cruises started. This was sent to me again by a loyal member who always sends me interesting articles. And so Italy approves the restart of cruises as of August 15th, which is kind of surprising, Dirk. I think this may be a clue that we'll be back to cruising in November in the United States. What do you think?
I don't know.
Because Italy was a little bit further along than the United States back when during the COVID outbreak early this year, the major outbreak.
Problem, Charles, the problem we have right now is, as you know, the rest of the world is doing better, and we are getting worse by the day. So.
Yeah.
And you know, U.S. passports, which used to be the key to the world, all of a sudden are locked. I mean, you can't go anywhere. Europe, you name it, we are banned,
Yeah.
and it's getting worse. So even if they can restart, it's definitely not going to go from the U.S. ports. That's my
It's a
personal opinion.
shame. It's a shame what's happening. I haven't looked at the statistics. I am obsessed with the New York statistics, though. I wake up every day, I take a look at that to see if we're trending up or trending down. It's been fairly stable. Fairly stable here
Oh, New York's doing well.
in New York, yeah. MSC
No,
Cruises. Go ahead.
they're checking. New York is checking out-of-state license plates,
Yeah,
like they did to New York before.
it's true. Yeah, there's some strict travel rules in place, too, for us. If we have to travel, we have to disclose it to our employer, and then they have to make a decision whether or not we have to be quarantined. Some states are banned. Some states you have to report that you're traveling to before you go. My company policy. My company policy. MSC Cruises is starting cruises, Dirk. August 8th, MSC Cruises immediately announced details of its planned cruises, confirming its cruise restart. One day after Italy will lower its travel restrictions, the MSC Grandiosa will depart for its first 7-night cruise, sailing from Genoa, Civitavecchia, Naples, and Palermo, all in Italy, as well as a 10-hour stop in Malta. Initially, only residents of the Schengen countries can sail on the cruise. Also, to limit the use of public transport or flights to reach the ship, passengers can embark in any of the Italian cities. The MSC Magnifica will resume cruising on August 29th from Bari, sailing 7 nights.
Charles, the other thing is, though, when they say the Schengen, that is not just a European that includes Switzerland and a bunch of others. They did that either in Holland, Netherlands, or in Belgium, where those countries came to an agreement, and it's not just the European Union.
I'm pulling it up now. I never heard that term before. I'm a naive
Oh,
American,
yeah.
Dirk.
That's a place of the city where they signed the agreement.
I'm a naive American. I'm pulling it up now. So Schengen and EU member of the Schengen, and not the EU member. So these are all the Schengen countries. So we have Ireland, Iceland, Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Poland, Hungary, Croatia.
It's quite a bit.
Romania, Bulgaria, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Czech Republic, Slovakia. There's a couple I can't read. Too small. I need my reading glasses for those. But yeah.
That's
there
what
it
I'm
is.
saying is, that's where they signed the contract. That's where they signed the agreement. That's why they refer to them as the Schengen agreement.
Schengen countries can sail on the cruises. So that's MSC leaving from Italy. There it goes. So we got that going on. And we got, what is this? Cruise ships depart U.S. ports for European layup. I don't know what this one is. I think this is all the Norwegian ships. So we talked about this last week, Dirk, when you took off. We had all these Norwegian ships that were heading to Europe, and we were speculating about why they're going. And a bunch of them are right now going through the Straits of Gibraltar. We talked about that last week. There was a lot of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings branded ships heading to Europe. 3 of them right now are headed to Gibraltar. They're going through the Straits of Gibraltar. We got the Spirit, we got the Epic, and the Dawn are all heading to Gibraltar, and I'm assuming that they're going to be docking in here. We're going to see by tomorrow. We should see them here in Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar is right here. So you'll see them docking in there overnight probably. They're almost there. I mean, they can't be more than maybe 100 miles, maybe. Maybe the Epic is about 100 miles from Gibraltar. This one's a little bit further out. And there's others going into Mediterranean. There's tons of them heading to Italy, Dirk. These are these Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings branded ships. The Breakaway is in Marseille already. There's 2 ships in Marseille. The Breakaway and the Getaway are both sitting in Marseille, France. And many others are heading out, likely because, and we spoke about this earlier, Dirk, probably because of the hurricane season, right? That's what we were speculating.
Yep.
Since the beginning of cruise suspension, one of the challenges for the cruise lines has been what to do with their ships, as the suspension has stretched on the cruise lines have taken different tactics, but Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings is adopting a different strategy as it works to further lower costs and prepares for a long period of layup. The parent company of Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises, and Regent and Seven Seas Cruises has been very successful at finding docks for its ships, while other cruise lines kept their ships at sea. This strategy led to cruise ships appearing in some unusual ports early this year. Ports ranging from Eastport, Maine, and Portsmouth, Virginia, Fernandina, Florida, and Oakland, California, all provided locations for cruise ships. In recent days, however, NCL holding cruise ships have quietly departed from most U.S. ports, except for the moment, Los Angeles. Currently, 5 of the Norwegian Cruise Line ships, Epic, Spirit, Dawn, Anchor, and Bliss, along with 2 from Oceania Cruises and 1 from Regent Seven Seas, are all on the Atlantic heading to Europe. Speaking on the company's quarterly conference call, President and Chief Executive Officer Frank Del Rio discussed some of the company's considerations for laying up cruise ships. One consideration, of course, was hurricanes. That's exactly what we just said, which had caused the early departure of some ships to avoid Hurricane Isaias as it moved towards the Bahamas. Let me tell you, that storm, Isaias, I didn't take it seriously at all. I remember leaving that morning for work, and I was telling my son, he was in the car, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a thunderstorm later. Don't worry about it." He said, "Is it gonna be a tropical storm?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a tropical storm, but what's that?" So I was like, "It's a glorified thunderstorm," because there've been so many times when you listen to the weathermen and they're wrong and it's nonsense and nothing really serious happens. This thing blew through New York literally like a hurricane. The winds were the strongest I've ever felt. Worse, dare I say, than Hurricane Sandy was when Sandy blew through here years ago. These winds were unbelievable, and they blew through. They hit New York hard, down trees in my neighborhood, all around my area here in Brooklyn, where I'm from. Everywhere you go, there's still trees and branches in the streets. Cars destroyed, trees on houses, branches down and collected in bunches on the streets for somebody to come pick them up, but they haven't picked them up yet. But that storm blew through here. It was pretty vicious. It was pretty vicious when it came through here.
The whole East Coast, I mean, the Carolinas got hit really bad. And
shockingly bad.
Yeah.
Shockingly bad. Like, I took it with a grain of salt. I didn't take it seriously at all. A piece of where I work, there's about a 10-foot piece of the underhang of aluminum was ripped off by the wind and just blew across the street like it was literally like a tin can. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. We had fences down, all kinds of stuff happening here. So that was a shockingly bad storm that blew through here earlier this week. And I guess the Norwegians preparing for the Atlantic hurricane season, so they're moving all their ships. Here's another one. There's a Seven Seas Splendor. This is probably not its actual location anymore. It probably sailed further out. But that's heading to Gibraltar too. So all these Norwegian Cruise Line holding ships are getting out of Dodge and heading to safe harbor there in the Mediterranean for the time being. Another person, Dirk, sent me this request for information from the CDC. Have you seen this?
No.
Yeah, so they put a RFI out for cruise ship planning. They put this out on July 21st, Dirk. And I can link to this in the group if people are interested in it. And basically what it's asking the public to answer some questions about the return to cruising and what the cruise industry should do. It's pretty interesting. So here's the summary. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, a component of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, announces a request for information related to cruise ship planning and infrastructure, resumption of passenger operations, and additional summary questions. This information may be used to inform future public health guidance and preventative measures relating to travel on cruise ships. Dates. Written comments must be received on or before September 21st, 2020. You may submit comments identified by docket number, blah, 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 by any of the following methods listed below. CDC does not accept comment by email. And so they have the instructions, what you should do, and then there's a ton of questions, planning and infrastructure, public participation. Interested persons or organizations are invited to participate by submitting comments specifically on the following questions related to planning and infrastructure, resumption of passenger operations, and summary questions raised in this document. And it has planning and infrastructure as 15 questions. Resumption of passenger operations, that has a bunch of questions, and then summary questions. And I guess I don't know how they want you to submit it, but they're not taken by email, but they have like an address here and
is that
name
the
of a
address in
person.
Atlanta? Is that the address in Atlanta?
Where is it?
Should
Doesn't
be
say.
Atlanta.
Executive Secretary, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Let me see what it says if it's a little bit further up. No, it's not. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Oh, there's a federal e-rulemaking portal. Follow the instructions for submitting comments, so you can go here. And then by mail, Maritime Unit, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 1600 Clifton Road, Northeast MSV 18-2, Atlanta, Georgia. And you
By
can
the way,
send these
Charles,
in.
I did see that because somebody I'm really close to got that bulletin because that person works for HHS.
Oh, really? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, so they got 1,812 comments received for this. 1,812. I'm going to post this later in the group if you're interested in looking at that. So that's that, folks. And I want to look at comments.
I think, Charles, what that is, it's called passing the buck.
Passing the buck. Well, nobody told me. That's what the public wanted. Right?
Yeah.
Chicago has basically banned every state travel. We're just about there, too, Andrew. Oh, Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Mark Sr., 5 days, no electric. Oh, my goodness. Mark, that storm was unbelievable.
Mark, how did you shave without electric razor?
No electricity. There's a few people I work with, too. No electricity out on Long Island. Mark Sr.'s, I believe, in Jersey.
But, Charles, normally down here in the south, we got lots of tornadoes. So power outings are common. But that's why I got a generator, so I don't have no problems. Plus, I'm renting freezer space out for the neighbors.
Really?
Yeah, because, they don't have electricity. They've got stuff spoiling. So I rent freezer space for the cubic
I can't
foot.
imagine you charging them. Are you charging them?
Hell no.
I figured you wouldn't charge them.
I just have cut my grass and make cookies and stuff.
That's
no,
good.
Of course not.
Smart businessman.
Yeah.
So how you been feeling, Dirk? What's going on down there? And are you back to 100%?
Well, yeah, I'm better than before. And like I said, the only problem is, and that's why I couldn't be here last week, was it's a little hoarse, the vocal cords, but that is not caused by any illness or whatever. It's just the some stuff that's in the inhaler I'm using, and that's what the doctor told me anyway. So it's nothing to it.
That's
yeah,
good.
since I got that machine implanted, I'm feeling a lot better. I tell you, it's unbelievable. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, you feeling good? I'm tired all the time, man. I don't know what it is. I don't want to complain over the radio, but man, I got to go to the doctor and get checked out myself. I'm doing pretty good though. I'm down 20 pounds.
I'm down about 15.
20
But
pounds, feeling good, eating healthy.
But Charles, when I had the operation, and then they delayed it for one day because the surgeon wasn't available. Every time before any surgery or whatever, I had to. They did the COVID test.
We lost you. We lost you
I'm still here.
temporarily. There you go.
I said they did I got 3 COVID tests within 3 days.
Did you pass them all?
Heck yeah. Thank
That's good.
goodness.
I had a coworker test positive about a month ago, and I kind of there were a few of us that worked closely with that person, and we all got tested. We all wound up being negative. She was suspected COVID. She was negative, and then thankfully I was negative. But that's what
Hey,
happens. You
Charles.
work every day with these people, and all of a sudden somebody he gets the sniffles or doesn't feel good. It sends the rest of us into a panic.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah.
Uh, you can charge Karen for the 15 pounds she. That's one you lost. She found it. Tell there's
Oh
no charge.
no.
Tell there's no charge.
Oh, no charge, Karen. Afternoon naps help. I wish I could, Tom. Maybe I'll doze off at the office. Yeah, it's been. I started Weight Watchers maybe 8 weeks ago, Dirk. I think I told you. Trying to
Yeah.
lose weight. 8 weeks, I lost not quite 20 pounds, almost 20 pounds, and I feel good. Feeling
Proud
good.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
feeling my
makes a
suits
difference,
feel
doesn't it?
better. When I go to work, I feel better. I feel healthier, and my suits fit better. I just feel overall well. Aside from being exhausted when I get home, and that probably has to do with a lack of exercise. Other than that, I've been
Yep.
feeling
Yep.
good, checking my temperature every day, and
And
hanging in there.
I think what a smart thing, Charles, that you bowed out of the hot dog eating contest this year.
It was canceled. I don't think they had it, did they?
Yeah, they did have. Yeah, the
Oh
guy
my
got
God.
a record.
Oh, they had it. I didn't know. Here's our friend Jim Walker. He's back again. Our favorite attorney, Cruise Law News, Jim Walker. Always shining a ray of sunshine on the cruise industry, right, Dirk?
Yep.
And he is, of course, giving his thoughts on Costa and them sailing. Positive COVID crew raises cases. Excuse me. Positive COVID crew cases rise to 9 on Costa Favolosa and Costa Deliziosa. Italy has given the green light to Costa and Ada to resume cruising from Italian ports this month. Meanwhile, the number of positive COVID-19 cases on Costa cruise ships in Italy increased to 9 this weekend, according to the Italian newspaper Il Messaggero. La Costa Deliziosa, below right here, folks,
I love when you speak to me like that.
has 4 crew members with positive COVID-19 cases. The Costa Favolosa has 5 crew members who tested positive for the virus. The number of COVID-19 positive crew cases on the Costa Deliziosa cruise ship increased from 2, reported a week ago, to 4 crew members. The newspaper reports that the additional crew members infected with the virus are part of a group of Filipinos who was supposed to be involved in the restart operations. Oh my goodness. So here he is. Italy gives a good. So this is his Cruise Law News. Looks like his Facebook post, and he posted a link to an Italian newspaper with somebody touring over there. I can't read Italian, so. And then, of course, his Twitter account led the countdown to COVID-19 cruise outbreaks in Italy to resume. Wonderful. So here we go. This is what I was talking about early on, how cautious the cruise industry should be, kind of creeping back and getting back to cruising, because there's always people. I mean, it's going to be in the media. If there's an outbreak on a ship, it's going to be all over the media, and
Well,
I'm not sure if the cruise industry can tolerate all that bad press.
well, I think one of the problems is with the crew is that they can do all the social distancing and everything else with the passengers, but as long as they got crew members, 3 in the cabin and 4 in the cabin, there ain't no social distancing. Instead of the passengers, the crew catch the virus, then they can have contact with the passengers.
Oh my God! Yeah,
It's a vicious cycle.
it's terrible. This whole thing, man. I think that's why I'm kind of tired all the time. I think it's like just the
It's emotional.
just the psyche of this whole situation. We got the COVID crisis. We got the fear of that spreading. We got the economy. We got the election coming up. We got the
What election?
the
What
riots,
election?
and it's exhausting. And then you're trying to take care of kids and and work a full-time job. It's if you're lucky to have work, if you're lucky enough to have work, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like it feels like our country is not our country anymore. It feels like we're living in a different reality. It's like there's no optimism. Everything is doom and gloom, and
I was going to comment on that, but I was going to comment on that, but I'm not.
What's that? No politics.
I'll do like the English say, no comment.
Yeah, it's just mentally exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. So much happening.
But I just read before we came on the air.
I
just read a news flash is that the citizens that gave up their passports and left the United States has tripled from last year.
People that just left the United States?
Yeah, gave up their citizenship.
Oh, really?
Tripled from last year.
Yeah, it's a lot of crap. You know what? I don't blame them. I mean, I'm trying to avoid the topic of politics, but it's very strange what's happening. It's exhausting.
They're not leaving because of I think they're leaving of everything you just summarized.
Right. Yeah. Everything that's happening. Yeah. Everything that's happening, and I love America. I am the first guy to tell you I'm a very patriotic guy. I always believed in America. I believed in I look for a bright future for my children, and all the hope and the promise of that is much less within reach than it had been in a long time.
But as you know, Charles, I immigrated to the States in '72, and I got citizenship in '76 from Germany. But to tell you the truth, I feel the same way you do, and I wouldn't go back to Germany if they paid me, because I think there's hope. I think it's going to take work, but we're going to be back when we start ticking off the rest of the world. We're going to be great again. But I tell you one thing right now is the other problem is the U.S. dollar versus the foreign currency, especially the euro.
Yeah, it's weak now. It's going to get worse too for now.
Oh yeah, that's why
they're going to do another bailout.
That's why I got my German bank account waiting for the euro to go up, which it happened daily almost. It went from 103 and is right now it's about 118. And if you got a few $100s, that makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to report you to the IRS, Dirk. Now that you said that.
No, it's not the IRS. It's not the IRS. It's the Treasury.
I'll report you to the Treasury. I'm kidding.
Because I tell you, every year when I report my my bank account in Germany to the Treasury, I asked them one time. I said, "Do you need my account number?" They said, "No, we got it."
Oh my goodness.
And the other thing is too, when I bought some stock in Germany at the German bank, the girl gave me this form. It was an American tax form. She said, everybody with a U.S. passport, and we got an agreement with the United States, has to fill out the tax form, and they submit it. So, there's no money laundering. Of course.
No, I'm only teasing you. I know
but
that.
in general, the United States has agreements with other nations on reporting.
No, I hear you. No, another thing, too, like you mentioned people leaving the United States. People are leaving New York and California in droves. New York.
My son moved from New York to California.
Yeah, New York, and especially in Manhattan, particularly, people are getting out of there, Dirk.
Well, that's why they
and
got out there,
the suburbs now. Like I've been loosely looking for a house, folks. I think I talked about it on the show for a couple of years now, and I was looking on Long Island, in one particular area that I happen to like, and I have friends there. As soon as a decent house goes up, Dirk, it's gone. Like that weekend open house, like it's gone. Like it's unbelievable.
I told you about Red Bank, didn't I?
Red Bank, New Jersey.
No, Red Bank, New York.
No, I didn't know. You didn't tell me about it.
I told you that I sent you the houses there.
Oh, Red Hook.
Red Hook, excuse me.
Yeah, Red Hook.
By
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
that house was on the market, and they had 3 bidders, and it sold for $250,000 more
Then the
than it
listing?
was on the market.
Wow. That's incredible.
Mind you, it was $2.2 million to start,
Yeah, that's crazy.
but still, they had bidders coming left and right, and it was not even a week on the market.
Wow, I'm telling you, yeah, they outside of Manhattan proper, things are moving.
And the other thing is, Stefan lived in the Sky Building, which
Yeah.
overlooks the Hudson and also next to the port.
Yeah.
He talked to before they left, he talked to the chief doorman, and they had 40% people moving out.
Oh wow, I'm telling you, there's like from Manhattan, there's a mass exodus. And did you see the argument between Cuomo and De Blasio?
Yeah, I don't listen anymore.
No, Andrew Cuomo is the governor of New York, folks, and Bill De Blasio is the mayor
He's
of
the
New
mayor.
York City. And so Cuomo, he's been very good. He was on national news, during the COVID crisis. He's been kind of the face of the whole thing. We were almost like the petri dish here in New York for the rest of the country, managing the crisis. And he went up there every day, and he did it, and he did the press conferences and the planning and communicating about help and assistance and what New York needed, et cetera, et cetera. Worked very hard during the crisis, and then so Mayor de Blasio saw him doing it, so he's like, you know what, I better do it. And then Mayor de Blasio started doing these daily things. And by the way, nobody tuned in. Nobody tuned in to him. But either way, so Cuomo this past week, Dirk, Cuomo this past week, no, it's okay, said, everybody that's left New York, please come back. We need you. We need you here. We need you here. We need the wealthy people to come back. And de Blasio's like, no, we don't need the wealthy people here anymore. That's not how the city works anymore. Can you believe that?
No.
Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That picture you got up from Manhattan?
Yeah.
And Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
See, there's that aircraft area?
Yep, the Intrepid.
Yeah, Intrepid. Then to the left of it, you see that grassy area?
Yeah.
The Sky Building is right behind that.
Oh, this is the Sky Building here? I see it here. This is it, right?
That'd be it.
And is this the park? Did they build this park when they built the Sky Building too, Dirk?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, 40%. So a lot's going on. A lot's going on in the city. Lots going on. Crazy business. Lots of people moving out. Taxes are ridiculous.
And FYI, Charles, 2 streets over is the Chinese embassy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, how ironic, right? It's ironic. I was looking at a house today, and again, we're kind of getting a little sidelined, Dirk, but it was up here. It was up the Hudson River and kind of a suburb up here, and right around this area. I don't know exactly where, Tuckahoe, Bronxville, Eastchester. And I was like, oh, it's a nice, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, comparatively to New York City, when it was $500,000. And when you look at the prices in New York City, $500,000 for a house for a couple is not a stretch. It's probably about the average.
That's cheap.
It's right. It's cheap. So
wait a minute.
But you got
inexpensive.
Inexpensive. $500,000. You know how much the taxes were a month? And this is up here, north of the city. $500,000 house, $2,400 a month.
Wow.
Taxes.
A month.
Who would buy that? Yeah.
I paid that for a year.
Right. That's a month. And the average house in Nassau County, is about just east of Queens, and it goes maybe right about to here, Suffolk County. Average tax is $1,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is what we're paying. So, no wonder why people are leaving. No wonder why people are leaving the city. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get too political, folks, but hope I didn't get too political. I do have my opinions,
Go,
but I try to
we,
keep
I
them to
think
myself.
we all have those, don't we? That's the only
uh,
thing. That's the only thing that's normal.
yeah,
Still, is
that's
normal.
what they
That's
say
our
about
opinions.
opinions. But I do feel like this psyche and this like psychological stress about the state of the country, the state of the stock market. You know, I've been saving my whole career, planning for my retirement, and there's like really a chance that it could be destroyed. You know, there's really a chance that that could be destroyed. And I don't think I've ever felt that level aside from September 11th and the immediate aftermath. In 2008, the housing crisis, which brought down the market pretty significantly. September 11th was worse than 2008. This is the first time where I really feel some great concern about all the hard work, losing everything after all the hard work that I put
Well,
into.
just what I do. I got all gold bullions.
Did you put it into gold?
Well, yeah,
The
I
price
got
of
it.
gold is
I got
insane.
it. I bought it at 1,400. Went over 2,000.
I know it's over 2,000 an ounce now.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that. My friend told me there's all kinds of fees associated with buying gold. Is that true?
Yeah, it depends who what your broker is.
Really? I thought about doing it, but then I heard about all the fees and everything, and I missed the boat anyway. You think it's gonna go higher than what it is now? I think it's 2,300 an ounce.
Uh, if the situation gets worse, yes. But you know what I heard today too? They said even if the U.S. has a acceptable uh, uh, antidote for the virus,
Yeah.
that only 50% of the U.S. citizens are going to go for it.
Oh yeah. Gold. The price per ounce for gold, August 7th, which was Friday at close, $2,042 an ounce. Dirk,
Oh, I'm buying.
you buy them?
I'm buying the drinks. Yep.
You buy the drinks. It was up $11 an ounce as of Friday. I mean, I've been looking at it since the crisis, and it went up there, man. It's unbelievable.
I had a bunch of Kruger runs, which we held on to. I mean, forever.
Really,
And
I
you know
thought
that's
about it. Thought about it.
yep.
Never had the guts to buy anything physical with that stuff. Then you got to store it, and I'm like, where the heck am I going to store it? I'm gonna,
Don't you have room? Don't you have room under your bed?
I would never keep it in my house. I would never keep it in my house. It's crazy.
I love
Yeah.
it when they sell those little safes. You know,
Uh-huh.
people can't open them, so they take the whole damn safe anyway.
That's right. You got to screw it to the floor.
At least.
Karen saying her house tax is $200 a month for a $400,000 home. Not bad, Karen. I'll take $200 a month. Damn. I was even looking at Texas. You know, a lot of people are moving from California to Texas. A lot of famous people. Two of the most famous podcasters, one of the most successful podcasters, and I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of this guy, but he's pretty popular. I mentioned it before.
Charles something.
No. Joe Rogan's his name. He has a podcast called The Joe Rogan Experience that he built over the years. Very successful and interesting. Like, really good topics. He has great guests. He's a really bright guy. And he really has a great show. And he decided to leave California. He's going to Texas. He's moving his whole show to Texas. Another major company that I saw got fed up with California regulation and kind of the negative business environment, and they're pulling up and they are going to Texas. Lots of people going to the business-friendly state of Texas.
And a lot going to Alabama too.
A lot going to Alabama. Are they similar? They have low taxes in Alabama?
Yeah. I mean, compared to California, New York, and everybody else.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, Florida too. Lots of people in New York moving to Florida. So crazy things happening. I'm stuck here because I got 2 kids and an ex-wife and a job. So I'll be here for a while.
Take them with you.
I'll be here for a while. I'm already planning my next cruise ship in my mind. Somebody told me today I was so wound up about this stuff that they're like, you should try meditation.
Oh, yoga.
Maybe I'll try some meditation and some yoga. We'll see to
You know,
cope with all the stress.
coming back to cruising, Charles. I I was booked in February out of New Orleans
Uh-huh.
on the Western Caribbean, and I just moved it to November of 21. And believe it or not, I got I always travel in the lower bowels of the ship, and I never got an onboard credit for any Haven suite, and when I rebooked it to November, I got $1,000 onboard credit beside everything
Wow.
else.
That's good.
Mind you, the fare went up 1,200.
Oh, there you go. So they're in the whole $200 there, Dirk.
No, I did well, but our our favorite agent took care of me. She's
Oh, that's
great.
good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can't book. I can't bring myself to book until I see how all this plays out.
Well, I
You're
was
smart.
Charles, I was already booked,
Oh, that's right.
and
You had your onboard credit, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, because I didn't want the money. I had two European trips planned with Delta Airlines, one to Ireland and one to Germany, and I would have lost everything, but they canceled and they moved the schedule, so I got 100% refund. Thank goodness.
Oh, that's good. All right, Dirk. It's just about 9 o'clock. I think we're going to cut it short tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit of a rough start with the controversial topics we discussed, and we'll be back next Sunday, folks, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here for the Cruise Mojo Show. This is Chuck, and as always is my good friend Dirk. Thanks. Nice to hear from you, Dirk. Glad you're here. Any final thoughts, Dirk?
Final thoughts are, let's hope that things straighten out and everybody stays healthy and vigilant and get this thing over with.
Same here. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great week. Stay positive. Don't be like me. Stay positive, and we'll see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Be strong, healthy, and vigilant.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.